Hello and welcome to a Warframe video. In this video I want to make a casual video, simply me leveling up Warframes and weapons and stuff, and also trying out some builds. Although I guess I can't really try out builds since I am a kind of like, I don't know, still in the process of leveling up. Right now what I did is I just polarized my Nekros Prime for the first time because I decided, you know what, having Warframes polarized does make them stronger, since mods do tend to, like, even if you haven't polarized and your Warframe doesn't like you have him the way you want him, it is always useful to polarize at least once, just to be able to like have as much strong mods as possible. Plus I also want to start unlocking Exilus adapters. That means a lot of hunting for Samaras' targets, doing synthesis scanners and stuff. And that's something that I definitely need to do, so just because it does make me stronger. Now I do have a kind of like a despoiled build for my Nekros Prime, but in order to do that I need to add mods that actually were essentially they were essentially draining all my capacity, so I had to polarize them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a nice little game. Of course I also have I do have a unranked Warframe, so I definitely don't want to have too many unranked weapons. One is fine, but having too many is a little bit nah. Okay, so I'm gonna be using, what shall I use? I'll use Sylvan Aegis, maybe? I mean, I could use, the Reaper, which, would make sense with Nekros, but unfortunately my Reaper is kind of underleveled. So I do want to level up my Redeemer, that said. Ooh, tough decisions, very tough decisions. I haven't used this weapon in a while. Alright, let's grab the War. Why not? I haven't used this thing in a while. Hang on, does the War actually have anything that's useful for surviving? The answer is no, it doesn't. Let's see if I can remove some things, or I can add something. That would be actually standy. What am I using? Oh, I'm using these so I can have corrosive. Really? Wow. Okay. I kind of don't want to. I could like twiggle and do stuff. Okay. I just look at one thing and then I want to polarize it to make it stronger. But then again, it's not yeah, words. It doesn't work. Okay. You know what? I'll just stick with everything that I have. The chances of Stalker actually coming from my ass are high, like really high. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, so we're doing Titan in Saturn, and this is the place that I actually noticed that actually it seems to like be the best place for leveling up, mostly for the reason that enemies give a decent experience, even though they kind of overwhelm you. They have huge numbers. I think this is the reason. I mean, it comes to a point where it's actually kind of random. There are cases where enemies will actually spawn in like huge numbers, and other cases where they will like be like barely even there. So I have noticed that, of course, enemies do come in higher numbers when they're like when there's more players. So hopefully we'll have some randoms, because I am playing on public, just for the case of maybe there'll be a random coming in and they'll kind of help. Even though randoms do tend to be like they will stay on the average number of like they'll stay for like I don't know, maybe 20-30 minutes tops, I guess. Okay, so it looks like we did have someone who joined, which is a good thing. That said, I'm probably going to die because I'm unranked. Still, it actually might help if I try my best to survive. Just try my best, just try the best. That's why I wanted to bring a weapon that actually had life strike on it, because it's going to be a case where, yeah, I'm going to be dying very often. This guy seems to be okay, decent level and everything, so at least maybe he'll help. He's an Excalibur, I noticed. So I guess that maybe. Oh, hey, no, he's actually a Volt. Why did I see Excalibur in my head? What the hell? Yeah, because Excalibur doesn't have that much shield. I guess depends on how much he's modded. No. Even with a decent mod, he's really not that. He doesn't have that high of shield, so that wouldn't make sense. Oh yeah, my Sentinel does have what's it called? Mediray, so I do gain health, which is standy for survivability. Doesn't activate as often as I would like it to, but yeah. At least it does activate. And it can, I think it can actually be like it can be what's it called? Interrupted when I'm being shot at. So it's a useful thing to actually like it's a useful thing to actually I can't brain words. It's a useful thing to, what was I talking about? Shit, I forgot what I was talking about. Never mind. Let's forget about that. Okay, so we're at rank 3, which is great. Terrify has been unlocked, which means I can actually scare my enemies, which is utterly useless. Or is it? I mean, when you're being shot at from all angles, using Terrify to scare enemies away from you, it's actually very handy. So, yeah. I also want to stay with my teammates. I want them to tank for me, because right now I'm a fragile little flower. I'm even more fragile than I don't know, than Zephyr without her ability, without her third power activated. So, yeah. And I definitely want to avoid taking damage. He says. That guy seems to be seeking ash parts. Congratulations. That means we're going to be staying for at least 15 minutes. So I guess, being a little bit overwhelmed, I just dashed into a wall. Not very helpful. I am using the Scourge because I definitely want to use that. Oh, I also want to destroy these turrets. Whenever I see turrets like these, I do want to get rid of them, because enemies can use them and they deal enormous damage. That guy just left. For whatever reason, I don't know why. Did he feel like he had no, I don't know, response or something? I don't know. When it comes to public matches, they can come and go. I have no idea what just happened. Hang on, let me just put that out there. Like, what the hell? What in the hell is wrong with that guy? Was he looking for Ash Prime parts or just regular parts? Because I don't really know. Okay, I would like to unlock my what's it called? My Desecrate, because that'll definitely come in handy, even if it is unranked. Never reload in front of enemies. Never reload in front of enemies. That said, it can be helped. Like, I'm pretty sure you've come to that point where you're like trying to kill somebody. You waste all your bullets, putting him down to like 10% health, and you just have to reload. So he's just there, recovering from like losing 90% of his health, and you're just there, just reloading in front of his face before you shoot him again. Like, really? Anyways, so let's see here. Hopefully these guys won't actually leave within the first 5 minutes. Hopefully they'll like stay at least to like a good, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I don't know. Hopefully. I'm trying to use the walls as cover, just so I can not take any damage, because dodging the AI is frankly impossible. You cannot dodge the AI. Unless you're moving at a really super high speed, you will get shot. That's the thing about the AI, they never actually miss. Unless you're really moving it, and I don't think anybody has that kind of reflexes. Okay, hopefully I gain enough experience to...
The operative has just made their first discovery. Keep up the good work.
From killing these guys just to level up at least up to a point where I can use my Desecrate. Because the Nekros without his Desecrate is kind of useless. That said, there are other builds that I actually can use, but to be fair, Nekros is actually known for his Desecrate ability, so... I'm really liking this new weapon. You know what? I actually haven't seen that many videos about this new weapon. About the Scourge. Which is interesting. Because it's actually a very decent weapon. Right now, it's actually... Its stance is one of my favorite, like... what kind of weapon would you call it? A spear, I guess? It can be thrown into the air, so... I haven't really used its throwing ability. I guess its throwing ability, it has a very good primary, like a very good primary, but like shooting things. But when it's thrown, it's not really that useful. I mean, you throw it and what? It essentially attracts bullets or something. I don't really get how that goes. I haven't actually figured out how that actually works. Oh, Desecrate has activated. So yeah, I don't really know. We don't have I don't have that many, like, what's it called? like efficiency on my desecrate, so I might run out of what's it called? I might run out of energy a little bit too soon. Hopefully I'll gain lots of energy. What was I saying beforehand? Something. Oh yeah, the Scourge. Yeah, so it's when you it's thrown ability. It's not really that much of a big deal. Still, its primary base damage is actually pretty good, like dealing corrosive and radiation at the same time. I mean, okay, the radiation is something that I added for extra power, and then there is the corrosive. Its base corrosive damage is actually pretty good. I really like it because I didn't mean to use that. Because it actually it's perfect for using against Grenier enemies. I mean, it's probably one of the best Grenier weapons, like one of the best weapons to actually deal damage to Grenier. So I'm surprised I actually haven't seen people who actually like use it much. This is something that I have noticed. I've actually noticed that a lot of people essentially make videos and builds that are based on fighting Grenier and Infested, but not Corpus, for the one sole purpose, the Corpus nullifiers. The Corpus nullifiers are really a pain in the ass, and not many Warframes are built enough to actually be able to deal with them. So you won't really see that many people dealing, like, you know, being built for dealing against Corpus enemies, which is a pity, because, you know, that's like the 1/3 of enemies that exist in the game.
Additional life support has arrived.
It would be nice if there was actually a Warframe, at least one Warframe, that could counteract the Corpus Nullifier's bubble, like the nullifying bubble. Like, I don't know, maybe like a Warframe that has an ability, or maybe like if like allies like Atlas's golems, like, you know, summonables, actually, because they are actually like external entities, they actually didn't count it as abilities, they counted as actual allies, like companions. And they actually became like, you know, they could actually go inside the bubble without being destroyed instantly, because that's essentially a really big problem. Like, you're using, like, say, your Atlas, and you're basically dealing damage against Corpus enemies, which is fine. You're just punching them in the face, which is, you know, what a face punch is. And suddenly you find you summon your golems to give you some nice aid, which is what Atlas is very well known for. And then a nullifier, the golems just touch a nullifier bubble and they just disappear. So you just wasted your energy and just lost your allies, just like that. So yeah, nullifiers are still the #1 most annoying enemy in the game, which makes the Corpus, yeah, the one enemy that you don't really want to build yourself for, which is unfortunate. So hopefully, I don't know if I'm gonna be editing the video or if I'm just gonna leave it in. I don't know. Right now we seem to be doing very decent. I may have to, like, maybe end the video like a little prematurely before, like, without having to, like, finish the actual game, depending on how long we stay, because I do want to stay for as long as possible in order to farm for as long as possible. That said, this is also the place to actually farm Orkin cells, which is, you know, one of the, you really need Orkin cells for a lot of things, so it's actually a good thing to, you know, farm here. And actually, I guess you're basically, like, if you want, like, if you really run out of Orkin cells and you also want to level up your Warframe, you know, it's not a bad idea to, like, choose this place. Okay, let's go over here. And obviously, since I'm using Nekros, that actually might be helpful. Then again, right now I'm still, like, in the principle of, you know, I only just, my Desecrate is not as powerful, so shit, I forgot about that Toxic. I hate this new the Grenier enemies, the Nox, is okay. Like, they do have a weakness, but if you're using a melee build, they essentially are immune to it because of their high armor. Like, they melee, you really need to, like, focus on really high, like, power. And if you don't have the mods for it, then whatever melee build you're using, then, you know, it's kind of useless because of how much, like, they have huge armor, a lot of resistances, and they're kind of, like, you know, immune to being meleeed. That said, I have noticed that actually is the exact opposite of the nullifiers. The nullifiers are immune to, like, abilities. They're immune to, like, you know, obviously the bubble acts as a nice little barricade against bullets. But if you can actually go in the bubble and actually melee him, which is kind of the opposite of the Nox. And the Nox is actually, like, can be affected by both bullets as well as what's it called? abilities, but melee is actually not really that effective. I wonder if the Nox is actually, it actually exists as a kind of counter, like as similar as the nullifier, essentially. Like he exists similar to the nullifiers, which actually would be, I guess, well, I guess that would make sense. I mean, what I do like about Saturn as well, Titan, is that there are some enemies that don't actually exist here, like the Scorches, which obviously use Ignis, which can actually hit you from no matter where you are. Even behind a wall, there's no saving you from an Ignis. So at least they don't exist here. I also noticed the Scorpions don't exist either until like really later in the game, which is a good thing, because them actually going around pulling you is definitely annoying. That said, I don't know if like Scorch enemies actually do appear after after a very long time, but you know, wow, somebody actually went down. I would have thought I'd be the first to go down, seeing as I'm unleveled. Anyways, oh, this guy actually has a barrier. Yeah, I do want to like start modding my Sentinels for like I don't know, support by giving them barriers. I mean, right now my Sentinel has Shield Charger and Medi Ray, so I think it's a decent build for like, you know, support. Since he regenerates my shield, gives me overshield, and also heals my health every now and then when it gets low. So in a way, I think it's a decent like, I think it's a decent like support. I gotta remember that I don't have any like what's it called? I don't have any like you know, like, yeah, my energy is definitely going down a lot fast. And I don't have like any range either, so I can only desecrate enemies that are nearby me. So that said, I am dealing a decent amount of damage thanks to the Scorch. Oh yeah, I was talking about the Scorch at some point, wasn't I? Yeah, about the Scorch. So the Ferox, I think that's what it's called, has it's very powerful. It's kind of like a sniper, kind of like a rifle, and when you throw it, it actually pulls enemies together and deals damage to them, which is actually very handy. So that's actually a very good like balanced weapon. Then we have the what's the other one? I'm going to die because of that stupid. I hate napalms. I hate them. I think napalms are the most OP, like, what's it called? They're like the most OP, like, grenadier in the whole game. The most OP, like, you know, you gotta deal with them, like, there's nothing that you can ignore. Ah, another Nox. Got a Gorgon blueprint. Yay! I don't know. How many? I need to start selling those. How am I being damaged like that? Just keep moving. Always keep moving. Okay, so why is my Desecrate not active? I want that Desecrate. Was it because I went down? I think it might be. Yeah, definitely want to like Desecrate as quickly as possible and gain that health. So that's really what can help me survive. I should probably not have stayed in one spot. Wait, what am I doing? Where am I going? Not this way. That way. Whee! Okay, so I was talking about weapons, yeah. Before I was attacked by a napalm. Damn napalms. Okay, so what's the other one called? The other spear type weapon? Spear gun, I guess. I guess they can call it spear guns, maybe? Question mark. The one that actually deals fire and also explodes when you throw it. That, I guess it's okay. It's kind of okay. It was kind of glitchy at first and actually got stuck in all over the places. Where is everybody? Oh, okay, so all the enemies are going to be at either number 2 or number 3? Question mark? What the hell is that guy doing? Looks like he found a nice little hole. Oh, he's underneath the ground. Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, this is actually a very decent place. If you want to like hold out and everything, you can actually go up here. And this actually, I don't think enemies have to like jump onto places and actually come up here. So this actually helps out. And there's also a vent here you can use for a quick escape or to hide. Look at this. Oh, look at that. So you can actually, this actually is a very good place to hold out if you really want to like take it to the max. And wait, what, am I not burning? Oh, this isn't on fire. For the most part, I thought that would actually burn you if you jump on top of it. I mean, it's like molten, it's hot molten stuff. You would think it would actually hurt you or something. Like, really? Okay, no enemies are here. It looks like they're all enemies are like on number 4. Yeah, see, they're actually all over here. For whatever reason, some enemies spawn frantically like over other enemies, other places. That guy is right in the middle of that napalm, which is not very handy. Yeah, if your allies are actually like, they go down inside of a napalm, unless you are either Rhino or Valkyr, which means you can actually survive that. Yeah, don't go in there. You'll just get downed. You'll just take damage and go down, and you don't want that. Okay, so we'll go over here, go somewhere in the middle. That way I can desecrate the people. These guys. Up. There's a napalm somewhere around here. Okay, he's dead. I noticed he's dead. Another one over there. Steal that radiation damage, then disappear. Oh, look at that. Everybody left. I'm on my own. Let's use those dodging skills. Okay, so let's see here. How long have we been going? Okay, so we've been going for at least 17 minutes or something. So yeah, I guess if you actually just do this, reach until the like a certain defining moment, and then oh, there you go. Ash chassis. So if that guy was actually looking for normal ass chassis or normal chassis parts, yeah, he kind of missed the parts right there. So, should have been so impatient. Unless he was looking for Ash Prime, I don't know. So anyways, I'll probably be cutting down some parts of the video and also editing, I don't know, something. And so yeah, this is basically what you'll be doing. You're basically killing over and over all the enemies, leveling up, and also having a chance of getting any Orkin cells, which I have noticed that I haven't gotten any, so it's really luck-based, essentially. That's a Bombardo. Oh, that's a napalm. Nope, no napalms. No thank you. How much Orkin cells did I actually gain? I want to know. I got 0. Yeah, so it's actually like... Ow. So it's actually kind of like there are cases where you'll get tons of like Orkin cells in just in like the first 5 minutes of the game, and others where you don't get any. Like you could go for like 30 minutes and not gain any. Maybe you'll gain 1, which is weird. So let's kill up this napalm. Disappear. I wish there was some way to put out the fire, like maybe do a roll and actually like remove the fire from you. That would be great. So anyways, I'll finish the I don't know how long we're gonna be staying here, but I'll finish up and then I'll rejoin to basically, I don't know, do some modding, I guess. Or actually nah, you don't need to see me mod all the time. Oh, somebody wants to leave. Really? Okay, I guess we're doing a basic 20 minutes then. Alright then. Alright, fine, we'll leave, I don't mind.
The longer you fight,
we did a debate, the average number of whatever you would... This is essentially how much, you know, you'll be doing in, like, you know, public matches, dependingly, so... Ow. I hate this shield assholes. I really hate them. Just slam you in the face. So, some basic levels, we got at least 13... If we actually stayed a little bit longer, maybe at least 30 minutes, I would have gotten to like, I don't know, 15 to 16, maybe even 18 extra levels, which is fine. Leveling up is fine. I did notice, what the hell? How did I do the exact same, what? Well then, alright then. I did more kills, and about as much damage as whoever it was I was with. Wow. I did not see that coming. And this is all with the Scourge. I actually wasn't using any other abilities. It's just the Scourge, which is fine, I guess. It just proves to see just how good the Scourge is, which is pretty cool. Okay, they actually left, which is good. So, let's see. Can we actually mod at all? Or are we not there yet? I think we are not there yet. Yeah. So yeah, I need to become like, because my master rank is actually like 18 right now. I need to become master rank like 19 before I can actually gain any levels to be able to like mod or anything. But anyways, yeah, I think this will be a good video, like a good like base video as to what you'll be doing most of the time in Warframe, leveling up, farming. It's essentially what you'll be doing. So yeah, thanks for watching. Stay cool, and I'll see you later. Bye.